welcome to today's live Zoo to You. My name is Lexi. I am an educator here at the Stone Zoo, and it is a very special day for a couple of reasons. We are celebrating World Iguana Day, and we are also celebrating a very special birthday. If you have any questions during our chat today, please be sure to put those in the comments, and I will try my best to answer those during our chat or afterwards. Here with me today is Chrissy Iguana. She is our Jamaican Iguana. Coming up on September 5th, it will be her 5th birthday. And just a few days after that, on September 8th, it will be World Iguana Day. So if you come by the zoo between now and September 8th, please be sure to wish her a very happy birthday and a very happy World Iguana Day. Chrissy here is, as her name suggests, is a Jamaican iguana. She's native to Jamaica. However, Chrissy was born at the Sedgwick Zoo in Wichita, Kansas, just about 8 years ago. Jamaican iguanas live to be about 20 years old, so she's what you might call about middle-aged. Jamaican iguanas are herbivorous. They are native to an area in Jamaica called the Helshire Hills that has lots of vegetation, lots of leaves and fruits, and that is what she would be munching on if she were in her natural habitat. Here at the zoo, she gets lots of mixed greens, some shredded veggies, and grapes. What's really, really cool about Jamaican iguanas, it's probably my favorite thing about them, is since they eat so much fruit, they end up helping to disperse those seeds all across the area, helping to plant new trees and new fruit trees, which then ends up helping other species of animals living in that area. If you can get a good look at Chrissy, you might notice that she is really, really good at camouflaging into that rock. Jamaican iguanas are one of 30 species of iguanas, and they're also called rock iguanas. So they like to spend lots of time in areas with rocks, in and around rocks, and they blend right in. I know over the summer with my zoo campers, we often had a hard time spotting her when she was hanging out on the rock because she blends in so well. Jamaican iguanas typically have this kind of coloration that Chrissy is showing off so nicely. It's a brownish, blue-green, olive green, all those kinds of colors are very common for Jamaican iguanas. But one of the key differences between males and females is sometimes their colors can differ. Female iguanas can have a kind of red color to them, and this is because in the area of Jamaica that they're native to, there's lots of iron in that soil. It's very iron rich. So they spend a lot of time digging in that soil, and it ends up turning their bodies that color. So now you might be wondering, well, why are those females digging in all that soil? Well, females end up digging in that soil to check its composition to see if it is a good place for them to lay their eggs. Jamaican iguanas are what are known as communal nesters. So that means that they like to lay their eggs all in the same place, and then all of their hatchlings will hatch around 85 to 87 days later. So most Jamaican iguanas actually have very close birthdays. So as I was mentioning, those claws that they use to dig, that is their second line of the defense. If you can remember, their first line of defense was that camouflage. Their second line of defense are those claws. They will ward off predators using those. Their predators are a lot of non-native species, including dogs, cats, pigs, and even mongoose. However, their biggest threat is actually deforestation. Jamaican iguanas are critically endangered. It is actually believed there to be between 100 and 200 left in the wild. back in 1948, they were actually declared extinct. They thought that they were completely gone, and the initial decline to the population was believed to be because of the introduction of Indian mongoose to the area. Then, many years later, in 1990, there was a very small group of Jamaican iguanas discovered. And so the Hope Zoo in Jamaica jumped into action. They started a captive breeding and Head Start program there. And this effort worked to reintroduce generations of iguanas back into the wild. From 1996 to 2012, there were over 175 iguanas released back into the wild. And if you remember, I said there were between 100 and 200 left in the wild. So that means almost the entire population that exists today is due to that Head Start program at the Hope Zoo in Jamaica. Such a wonderful story that I love to talk about. Are there any questions coming through?
Let's see, how big will Chrissy get? Is she full grown?
Chrissy is just about full grown. She weighs just about 5 pounds now. Jamaican iguanas can actually be up to 20 pounds. So she does still have a little bit of growing to go, but she is a pretty good sized iguana. She also can be about 15 inches long, and if I remember correctly, she is just under that in length.
And do these guys shed?
They do shed a little bit, not in the same way that you would see a snake shedding, but they will shed some of that skin for sure, as they are reptiles.
And could you just remind us, there was a question, are they endangered?
Yes, they are critically endangered. We believe that there are between 100 and 200 remaining in the wild.
And when people come to visit the zoo, can you just tell us where to find her?
Absolutely. You can find Chrissy Iguana here in the Caribbean Coast exhibit. So if you can imagine where the flamingos and the scarlet macaws are, that is where you can find Chrissy Iguana here.
Oh, I think that was all we had for questions. So if we just want to wrap up, we should be good to go.
Thank you so much for joining us today for our Zoo to You. And don't forget that if you stop by the zoo between now and September 8th to wish Chrissy a very happy 8th birthday and to also wish her a very happy World Iguana Day. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye!